What's up, horror lovers? I'm Eric Harrison. Welcome to Fucking Ingenious, where we are actually going to update my Nightmare on Elm Street franchise review. Why, you ask? Why not? I ask in return. So anyway, without further ado, A Nightmare on Elm Street from 1984.
The kids of Elm Street don't know it yet, but something is coming to get them. Nightmare on Elm Street. No! No! She's the only one who can stop it. If she fails, no one will survive. Help me, please! Wes Craven's Nightmare on Elm Street, rated R.
So Nightmare on Elm Street came out in 1984 and it was written and directed by Wes Craven. So the plot of this bad boy is that there was this child murderer who was previously burned to death by the citizens of Springwood, Ohio, comes back to haunt the dreams of the Elm Street children, to stalk and kill them one by one. Alright, so Wes Craven had previously worked on a few horror movies in the 70s. Last House on the Left and The Hills Have Eyes. He really made a name for himself with these movies as they were original but very shocking, very horrific for their time. After he made these movies, he wrote A Nightmare on Elm Street based on what he says is a true story. He claims that he read a bunch of newspaper articles about these people that would claim that they're being stalked by someone while they were asleep, and then they were afraid to go to bed because they thought they were going to get killed, which eventually did happen. Wes Craven claims up to 3 people died in their sleep after, claiming somebody had been after them in their dreams. So I guess that's what gave him the idea for A Nightmare on Elm Street, which he wrote probably in the late 70s, maybe early 80s. At which point he tried shopping the movie around Hollywood to see if he could get it made, get some funding. Anybody want to make this movie? It's a clever, original horror fantasy movie. But nobody was biting. Nobody was taking the bait. Nobody wanted to make A Nightmare on Elm Street. I suspect, it's my opinion, I think that the reason why is because there was so many effects in the movie. It's a very effects-driven movie that I think financiers were just like, this is going to cost you a fortune. I don't have the money to put up for this. I think everybody thought it was a very expensive movie, so nobody wanted to fund it. That's just my theory. But anyway, he eventually did run into somebody, Robert Shea, who was running New Line Cinema at the time, who actually was interested in making the movie. I think Robert Shea and New Line had been making sort of some sleazy movies in the 70s, and he was ready to kind of like, you know what, let's make an actual film and build a real company here. But still, they had trouble finding the financing. Eventually, what New Line had to do was pair up with 2 other companies, Smart Egg Productions and Media Entertainment, in order to bring all the money and funding together so that they could actually make this crazy Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Alright, so the movie stars Heather Langenkamp as the movie's protagonist, Nancy Thompson. It also stars Johnny Depp as her boyfriend, Glenn, who, this was his very first movie role ever. From what I understand, he had went to LA to, either he was already in a band or he was going to start a band or something like that. And it didn't pan out, so he wound up auditioning for this movie, and next thing you know, bam, Johnny Depp, the movie star. The movie also stars John Saxon, that plays Nancy's father, and, of course, last but not least, the badass, the awesome, the freaking, I don't know what to say, the best guy ever, Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger. The one and only Freddy Krueger, mind you. Anyway, so to get a little bit further in depth about the plot of the movie is that Freddy seems to be after Nancy specifically, Nancy Thompson, but she's really a very strong, very resourceful, very intelligent female character that he can't quite conquer. I think he tries to weaken her by taking out her friends one by one, taking out, any support that she tries to find. She looks to her friends, she looks to her family. Nobody can really help her out, but Freddy takes all of them out thinking, well, I'm going to weaken her, I'm going to bring her down, and then I'll be able to, defeat Nancy. But he can't do it because Nancy is way too strong, even for Freddy and all of his dream world powers. So 30 years ago, A Nightmare on Elm Street was unleashed on the unsuspecting masses, and it was a hit right away. It was like, boom, people knew right away. It was like A Nightmare on Elm Street brought kind of a fresh take on the horror genre. It definitely gave a new twist, a new dimension to the slasher genre. It was a world of kind of a infinite creativity where, because it's the dream world that everybody can relate to because we all sleep and we all have dreams, but anything can happen in the dream world. So it's a fantasy horror movie, but it's not the kind of fantasy where it's so far-fetched, you know, because it's a dream world. We all dream, and we all have crazy dreams. So we understand what that's like. It's something everybody can relate to. And I definitely think that's why it was such a instant, huge hit when the movie came out in 1984. Everybody recognized the potential of the creativity of this movie as a franchise. You know, even though it was just the first one that had just come out, I know everybody was thinking, we could keep making these movies. They could keep making them because the potential is limitless. And then you have the fact that we were introduced to a new kind of boogeyman with Freddy Krueger. He's a fully fleshed out, just psychotic slasher. He's got a personality, he's got a voice, unlike Jason and Michael, you know, of the time. Freddy's got a personality and a voice. He can speak, he can crack wise, you know, while he's stabbing you with his crazy fucking razor hand glove that he made himself. He's a very interesting character, and although he's supposed to be this disgusting child killer slash molester, and yes, I have heard Wes Craven claim he was meant to be considered a child molester. You can go and look through some Wes Craven interviews if you want to confirm that. But he's supposed to be this really disgusting guy, but everybody really likes Freddy a lot.
Freddy Krueger is every girl's dream and every girl's nightmare.
I'm gonna have nightmares! Oh no! Oh no! Freddy is the ultimate nightmare.
Freddy's way sociable. He's a party animal. Freddy rocks.
It's kind of weird. Even I do. I remember when I was a kid, growing up, I was afraid of Michael Myers. Oh my god, he scared the shit out of me. I was afraid of Jason Voorhees because Jason was so fucking ruthless and vicious. And laying in bed at night, trying to go to sleep in the dark and being afraid of like pulling the covers up and just thinking like Jason's gonna bust through the door any minute. In my mind, as odd as it sounded, Freddy Krueger was my friend and protector. I know it sounds weird. Here I am going to bed. I should be afraid of Freddy, right? But no, in my mind, I'm like, Freddy will protect me. Freddy will take care of Jason. And he tried, I guess, eventually in Freddy vs. Jason. So that's interesting. And I guess I was thinking about Freddy vs. Jason even back when I was like 8 years old. Anyway, so amazing movie with amazing practical special effects. And not only is it a very well-written movie, the story-wise, the characters are well-written, the plot, the story, everything is very interesting, but I'd have to say that the special effects are almost the star of the show in this movie. The stuff that they are able to show you practically, you know, stuff that people built and manipulated physically in front of the camera is amazing. Like, they built an entire set that would rotate. A whole room that could rotate any which way, you know, to do a couple of shots in the movie, and maybe like 12-second shots. Somebody built a set and probably worked months and months and months on that shit for a 12-second shot. Now, that's something I really miss about movies of the old days of yore, back when people put a lot of effort and love and passion into their projects. So yeah, a time before computers, before CGI, they were still able to bring these crazy dream worlds to life and in a believable fashion. Something I really like about the movie is how Wes Craven is able to go from reality and kind of ease us into the dream, where we kind of don't realize, is it happening yet? Are we in a dream now? You get eased into it, and then something insane happens, and you're like, oh fuck, shit, yeah, Nancy fell asleep or whatever, you know. Now she's vulnerable and she's got to defend herself against Freddy. It's all pretty damn awesome, from the glove to the effects to Freddy's makeup, the way he appears, his personality. Everything about this movie is just groundbreaking, and I think it was something that the world of horror really needed. This breath of fresh air of a new take on the whole genre that could be anything. It could be anything. So when Wes Craven wrote this movie, he didn't intend for there to be sequels. I think Wes Craven was the only person in the world that wasn't thinking about sequels to A Nightmare on Elm Street. He wanted it to be one self-contained movie where Nancy actually wins over Freddy at the end, and that's it. Happily ever after. But of course, the audiences were naturally going to want more because of all the possibilities that could take place within the world of A Nightmare on Elm Street. But Robert Shaye, the producer of the movie, he saw the possibilities there, and he was like, this is my chance to build a franchise. So him and Wes Craven came to a compromise about doing, the little twist ending where Freddy's probably still alive, or he's still around, he's still got power. This is always the weird part with me where it's like, of course I enjoy the sequels, but I almost wish they didn't make them. I would have to side with Wes Craven on this one. It was a very perfect movie as it was. It could have been a self-contained movie with a happy ending of, evil being defeated by good. I had to side with Wes Craven on that. However, that's not what happened. We got sequels, and some of them I like and some of them I don't like. But it gave us Freddy Krueger, who just became a fucking phenomenon after that. Freddy Krueger on lunch boxes. He's got his own telephone line where you call up Freddy and and he talked to Freddy on the phone. Freaking video games, just like bed sheets, Freddy Krueger, this and that, everything. It got insane. So A Nightmare on Elm Street from 1984. Of course, I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. Shit, son, what do you think? I'm crazy? The movie is a masterpiece and it deserves all the praise that it gets. 5 out of 5. Badass movie. Check it out if for whatever reason you haven't seen it. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. The hell's wrong with you, huh? But anyway, the review doesn't stop here because I actually thought it'd be interesting if I did a correlation commentary for the movie Nightmare on Elm Street that you could now go and watch after this if you so choose. If you want to delve deeper into what I thought about the movie. It's an audio-only commentary. Just sync it up with your own copy of the movie and let's watch A Nightmare on Elm Street together. And I guess that does it for this one. I'm a little tired. So I'm going to go to bed and I'll catch you guys on the next review. Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. Okay, so... Shit. Alright, so... Fuck. Shit. Fuck. Damn. Holy shit. Mother God fucking slut ass damn. Okay, seriously though. Gotta do this bullshit. I like to curse, okay? Damn. Ingenious.